Is Mexico all drug cartels and fancy beach resorts? We don't think so. Come with us as we travel by RV with 12 other couples on an epic 3-month adventure to explore the culture, history, and food of our neighbor to the south.
Hi, I'm Rhonda.
I'm Angie.
And we're Adventures in NoMadness. Thanks again for joining us right here in Mexico.
Yeah, we're at a killer campsite that we'll tell you more about at the end of this video. But on this stop in Calderitas, we have found the best ruins we've seen so far and went to a lake that's said to have 7 different colors. Well, 4 days earlier, we got held at the gate at the Pamul Beach Club. Apparently there was some sort of bank transfer issue and the Pamul Beach Club would not let us out of their gate. So we got off about a half an hour later than we were originally going to.
Okay, so as soon as you make the right turn, get in the left lane, because in about half a mile is a return out. The oncoming traffic is quite heavy, so take your time making this U-turn. There's nowhere to pull over on the side here to regroup, so I'm just going to move along slowly.
So when we have to leave in an out of sequence, we usually look for a place to pull over so we can all get grouped up and in the proper order. And the reason we do that is it's easier to tell if somebody is gone, missing.
Okay, 13, I'm on the road. Made the curve.
Or is too far back.
I'm just waiting for everyone to get in order, then we'll go all leave at the same time.
Topes are a way of life. Especially near towns, you will find yourself going over a lot of them, and some of them are huge, and some of them have potholes in them. And then there's also security or police checks. Sometimes they want to see your passport, and other times they just want to wave.
Tell me how that is.
How much? Thank you. No deal. And here it is. Looks like bus is about 47 pesos. Not a bad price. We are also going to take a body break here. There's a nice sort of gravelly area off to the right once you go under the overpass. A little bit wavy and bumpy, so just take your time, and we'll just pull in here and take a body break for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, 13, when you get stopped, let's go 20 minutes after you park, okay? Okay, 10-4. Be careful of people and kids on the side of the road trying to sell things.
Hola, buenos dias.
Algo, piña, no sé. Compra algo, jefa,
Buenas tardes.
ayúdenos. Compra algo. Compra algo, jefa. Compra algo.
But we got a few more coming up, so
Tell Kathy
you have
that's a
about
little
3
much.
feet, Al. Perfect, then. That means you're going to clear it fine. Thank you. We're through it.
Just touch that one.
Well, at least he made it.
Yep.
This one I just went under, same thing, and it's a power line, so watch yourself there, Dwight. Kathy's driving, so this stuff isn't my fault.
No wonder it's going so well.
Yeah, it looks like you're
I don't
clear
want to
it.
say that.
At this end of the street on the T intersection, we turn left. There's a parked car here. See if we can get
This is going to be interesting for some rigs. I mean, we're going to get it because we're not fat.
12 and 6 have made the right turn on Jalisco.
Oh, that's going to be close. That wire. You're good on the wire again.
You want us to wait now? Dwight, you can pull into the spot, watch your overhead. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That grass, I think there might have been a big hole.
Okay, this is wet and soupy.
Uh-huh.
Just so you know. So everyone just hold for a minute. I gotta get out and assess this. Yeah, we want to avoid this hole. If you can swing out that way, go forward almost to Cappy and Dwight, and then back in from there.
This is delicious. What is it?
Tequila, lemonade, and
Oh, that's good. Well, just a few miles from our campground in Calderitas is these really small Mayan ruins called Ashtanka. This was inhabited by the Mayans between 200 and 900 AD. It's really small, so it's hardly visited at all. There was 2 other cars here, and we rode our bikes here, so there's 5 of us that came down here. A couple of our other caravan friends came yesterday, so it's really fun to walk around these lesser known and smaller sites. Number one, because there's nobody here, but you can really take your time and poke around and kind of get on top and more around these ruins because they're not as visited and not as well known. So there's a little small temple over here. So yeah, try and get to the smaller ones if you're here. It was only 65 pesos to get in here as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's actually too high for sacrificial. Okay. Because they were shorter people. It would be more like putting something up there.
Flowers, perhaps.
That's what I could have think.
All right. My fellow caravanners.
Happy Valentine's. Here's to all of you.
And here's a wonderful Valentine's dinner that Caravanist de Mexico is putting on for us. So we're outside, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. The music, we're by the water. Ah, it's amazing. I think we have wine coming and food at some point. We have this gorgeous lake behind us. This is Lake Bakalar. It's known for the 7 different colors of blue. It's about 42 kilometers long and about 2 kilometers wide. We're gonna go on a boat tour, and it's stunning. The weather isn't really cooperating. It's a little cooler today and no sun, so we probably won't see all those colors, but it's stunning and it's all fed by rivers. So can't wait to go check it out.
Ay, está listo, está listo.
Hey, this morning we're off to some Mayan ruins that are supposed to be absolutely spectacular. Now, Chichen Itza, it was amazing, don't get me wrong, but it was very Disneyland-like, and a lot of tourists, and a lot of tour groups, etc., etc. So we're super excited today. This one I cannot pronounce, but I will get that pronunciation from Bernie when we see him. It's about an hour from where we're at Calderitas, and the temple there is supposed to be bigger than Chichen Itza, so it's a little bit hard to imagine, and we can climb up on them, so we're pretty excited. You too, right?
Cross my legs about it later. I hear it's quite the climb.
Right. All right, this plan all came together with our group. We have some of our favorite caravan mates with us, and so we're at Kohunlich, and this is the first of 2 ruins we're going to today. This place is like, we really feel like we're in the jungle.
Yeah, it's like groups or bunches of, they almost look like brown bananas from way down here, but they're actually a small coconut that they don't have juice in them, but they're still edible.
This particular ruins was inhabited between about the 6th century and people left in about the 12th or 13th century. Not sure exactly when. It wasn't discovered till 1912, and then archaeologists came out here in 1968, but didn't start really to uncover this until 1969. So pretty recent. The best part is we're literally the only ones here today, and that is extra special after the aforementioned Disney-like effect at Chichen Itza. And our guide told us a story about how there were some hunters out here, and they noticed some people that were actually looting it, and they were taking the stelas. Now the stelas are basically these big stone tablets where they had their complex language written on there. So really just ornate carvings that were telling the stories of what was happening during that time. So they would take the stelas when they were looting them and basically cut them in half and just cut them lengthwise as well. And so then they didn't have big, huge stones to carry out. They only had the front-facing tablets with the carvings in them, and then they'd sell those for, big bucks. So these hunters were out here and they noticed people doing that, and there was no road here at the time. So by the time they got back into town to alert authorities and then back again, it was about 4 to 6 days before they were actually caught. And so that is the lone stela of this particular archaeological ruin. Right, well, we made it to the second ruins. It was about a half-an-hour drive, and we're now at Dzibanche, and I cannot wait for you to see this. Oh my God. It was about 70 pesos for entrance and 50 pesos to bring the video camera, the GoPro. And they also charge you a toll. It's sort of like this makeshift toll. I think it's some family that lives down the road, puts a rope across it. Now, our friends that came yesterday only paid 50 pesos per person for the toll, and today we were charged 100 pesos per person, plus you pay something for the vehicle. So it is what it is. Laura, you're gonna look like a badass on this video, because it looks like you're climbing a mountain.
You're so brave, Lori.
I know.
We're at our third site. It's right next to the last one. This is Chichen Itza, and this is supposed to be the temple bigger than Chichen Itza. And from here, it definitely looks like it. Here's a hot tip for visiting both of the ruins that we're at today, and that is to check the cruise ship schedule coming into Costa Maya. When we were leaving the last place and I mentioned that, oh, it's really cool, we're the only ones here, not a lot of people come here. As we're leaving, 3 ginormous tour buses were coming in, and we're like, where are those coming from? And our guide said that they were coming from the cruise ships coming into Costa Maya. At Dzibanche, where we're at right now, they do come here as well. The parking is not as good here, but there's none of those tour buses here right now. And you can go online to see what those cruise ship schedules are for the certain ports. Yeah, I know you're ready for a campground review. So we're Yax Ha Resort, so it's kind of a big RV park. They do have electric right behind us here. Oops, wrong side. It's right there behind Norm and Barb. And ours right here was a shared one. They use theirs, and we did not. It has an open ground. Most people haven't been worried about the open grounds, although one person did get a shock when they touched something metal on their RV. So we haven't been plugged in, but for the most part, the electric was pretty good here, as is on par with most RV parks in Mexico. That's all right. This place is actually absolutely gorgeous. It's right on the water. We're in the town of Calderitas, which is just outside of the bigger town of Chetumal. As you can see around me, it's just beautiful, and it's right on the water. So there's not really a beach here, but who needs a beach when you're still right on the water? There's a restaurant, Las Tortugas, right over here behind us, and they're supposed to have really good food. We tried to eat there last night, but they closed really, really early, like 6:30 or 7. And we got there right at 7, and we went next door. There's a whole line of restaurants in this area, so we've all kind of tried different ones, and they've all been really, really, really good. So over there is where all the restaurants are, and the downside to this particular RV park, it can be kind of noisy. So one of the restaurants over here does play music kind of loud from about late afternoon till early evening. They have stopped usually by 9 at the latest, at the very latest, some usually earlier than that. But it does get a little noisier, but you know, it's good dance music, so just go with the flow. All right, the price for this particular RV park ranges from about 350 pesos to about 600 pesos, depending on the size of your rig. They do have a dump station, and a little funky to get in and out of. You pretty much have to drive up that way and back in, and unfortunately it dumped rain last night, so the ground is pretty saturated, and I think it's gonna get pretty muddy over there. This place has a killer restaurant. So the restaurant name is Bahia, and we've had good food there every time we've been there. They have really decent bathrooms here with hot water. Hot water sort of gives out after a while, but it's not freezing cold when it does. So decent showers and bathrooms here. And staff, super friendly. Shout out to Jonathan at the restaurant because he is just awesome and has been awesome the whole time. Gotta love a place when you show up and a wait staff walks around with shots of fun stuff to drink. So yeah, we give this place 2 big enthusiastic thumbs up. You know, if we ever come back to this area, I would not hesitate to stay here. Once again, everybody in town was ridiculously friendly, and it's just every place we've been, everybody's been very, very friendly. So we are off today to our next destination. So thank you for watching our end of video campground review.